What's up, you guys? Nick here, ready to race recap some of the best performances from the 2022 World Championships that took place here in my hometown of Eugene, Oregon. Now, the men's 800. Everyone knows the 800 is the best event in track and field. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but of course it is. 2 laps fast, and I was actually out of town on vacation when they ran this final. We are gonna talk strategy, and I'm gonna give you 3 takeaways after the race. Let's get these guys lined up. Now, first I wanna talk about how these guys had to get to this event, the final event. A lot of times, this is the race we see. We don't think about all qualifications they had to do just to get selected for their team. For Team USA, for example, they had to go to the US Championships, go through 3 rounds, and only the top 3 Americans were selected for Team USA. Now, none of them made the final. We'll get to that later. But each one of these athletes in the final, they had to go through prelims. They had to go through semis. So they've already got 2 hard races in their legs. These are the 8 fastest human beings on planet Earth lined up against each other, one and done. The first 3 men across the line are your medalists. Having run in a few of these finals, I can tell you that on the line, you're nervous, but what I used to try to think when I got to this point, you know, knowing that years and years and years of preparation went into the next minute and 40 some seconds worth of work, I would say to myself, do not waste this opportunity. It is very rare to find yourself in a men's 800 final, whether it's at the Olympics or the World Championships. You don't waste the opportunity. You want to get off the line hard, you want to establish position, and you want to bring it home like a freaking freight train. And that's exactly what you're about to see. Let's roll tape. And they're off. Now, my mentality in the first 100 was always fast but relaxed. You can't be all out sprinting and flailing. You have to be fast, you have to be fluid and smooth, but you gotta get off that line, because here it's the 800, fastest event to break from lanes. Here they break at 100 meters, and that is Mula, the Algerian out. He's throwing elbows, he's trying to get to the front of this pack. You always expect that pushing and shoving in the 800. 24.95, that is not fast, you guys. I remember Rudisha, when we used to race him, he'd try to go out in 22.5. This is pedestrian for these guys. They can all run faster than this. It's gonna be a little tactical. And there you see a rope. He says, I am not content to sit back in this pack. I have to get to the front. When the pace is slow, you better get your ass in gear. You better get up front. And a rope, look at that beautiful stride. Man, that is a pretty stride by the Canadian. He's gonna be your leader as we come through 400 meters in 52.03. It's very, very slow. I would expect these athletes to want to be out in 49 high, 50 low. In the Olympic final, we came through a sub 50. So this is plenty slow. And a rope, I have to think he is in position for this as he lengthens out that stride down the backstretch. I'm thinking, where's Career, the Tokyo Olympic medalist? There he is in 4th place. He's starting to move up the pack. He's starting to make his move. Did he leave himself too much to do? Now he moves into 3rd place. There are your medalists. What's gonna happen here? Anything can happen in the 800. Career continuing to reel in a rope. Career, does he have anything left? A rope. I have to think with 100 meters to go, it's Career or a rope? It is Career as he pulls ahead. Look at this kick, and look at the Algerian in 3rd. That is Sajadi. He's making his move. Career, the defending Olympic medalist, he goes first. Algeria, Canada, those are your medalists. What an insane race. How'd Career pull that one off? Let's go back and watch that real quick. All right, here with 300 meters to go, Career is nowhere to be seen. He is buried deep in a pack in a very slow race. That's a dangerous place to be. However, if you're the defending Olympic gold medalist, you can get away with some things. And here with 200 meters to go, I would say here, he has absolutely put himself in perfect striking distance. And all he has to do is squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as he gets up on the outside shoulder of the leader with 100 meters to go. Now he can pull that trigger, leave everything he got on the track in front of the fans. That's really good running, you guys. 3 key takeaways, here they come. All right, number 1, congrats as always to your medalists. This was a clean race, it was a fair race. Career, probably on paper, the most decorated athlete. We would expect him to win. He did end up winning. Sajadi, look at this guy's kick. You know, coming down the backstretch, he's nowhere to be seen. In fact, with 100 meters to go, he's in 5th place. He really brings it home. I love a kicker's race, and he kicked so well. He deserves that silver medal. Last but not least, the guy that did all the work in this, a rope from Canada. When the pace was slow at 300 meters, he moved up. He's the one that really got this thing going, got it to string out. Career could have been in a lot tougher position if a rope hadn't strung this out for him. So congrats to you 3 medalists. Now, takeaway number 2, where were the Americans? The Americans are so talented at 800 meters. It's been a while since we haven't had somebody in the finals. In fact, we have a lot of medalists, you know, guys like Clayton Murphy, guys like Donovan Brazier. You know, it's a shame that we didn't have any finalists here on our home soil in Eugene, Oregon. I have to think they could have put on a show. I know a lot of these guys are burnt out, beat up, dealing with injuries, and as an American, I would have loved to have seen Team USA represented in this final. It didn't happen, which makes me wonder, how would I have done in this final? That's takeaway number 3. How would I have performed in this final? The average Nick Symmonds would have eaten this thing up. I loved when races went out slow. You know, if you watch my 2013 race recap of the Moscow World Championships where I finished second, you know, we went out in 50 point something and came back in 52. I ran 143 low for a silver medal. I mean, that's faster than these guys ran. You can't compare races against other races because every 800 is unique. What I can say is that this is the kind of opportunity that I would have cherished. I would have loved nothing more than for a world championship 800 meter race to go out in 52 seconds. That was my bread and butter. I could kick off 52, I could run 52 even. I just loved when 800s were run this way. Earlier on in my career, I would have been buried in this pack. I would have gotten lost in this pack. It wasn't till I was a little bit older, more mature, better speed, better tactics, that I knew as the brakes were applied at 200, 300 meters, that's when you have to go around and get up front. Career did a wonderful job of moving up steadily throughout this race, but I really believe that Arope probably ran the best race tactically here. He just didn't quite have enough to finish. I am super excited to watch Arope's career continue to flourish. He has a beautiful stride. He has great tactics. Shout out to everybody in this 800. What I want to recap next, second best event in track and field, men's 1500, a huge upset. That's coming next week. Hit the subscribe button. See you guys soon.